So, requested separate rooms, which really broke my heart because TLC secretly fired Jasmine Pineda, but they're still using her for views banned from all spin-offs. TLC has always thrived on chaos, drama, and controversy. But in their latest behind-the-scenes scandal, they may have crossed a line that even the most devoted Day Fiancé fans will find jaw-dropping. Jasmine Pineda, the unpredictable, fiery, and magnetic presence who has dominated screens and social media alike, has reportedly been secretly fired. Yet somehow, in the twisted logic of network marketing, she remains everywhere. Trailers, promos, and social media clips continue to feature her as if she were filming new content, but insiders confirm she is technically off contract. The shocking reality? TLC is recycling old footage, cutting and manipulating it to appear fresh, all while keeping Jasmine's image alive for maximum engagement and zero payment. This isn't just clever editing, it's exploitation, a textbook example of a network leveraging the very personality it just deemed too dangerous to work with. Production sources suggest that the decision to cut ties with Jasmine was driven by multiple factors, chief among them being the constant friction she created on set. Cast members, producers, and crew reportedly found her behavior unpredictable, emotionally charged, and at times intimidating. In the strict world of reality television, where control and predictability reigned supreme, Jasmine's refusal to conform made her a liability. One anonymous producer reportedly described her as too unstable, too combustible, and far too risky to keep around for spin-offs. And yet, paradoxically, she remains the star of the content TLC continues to promote. The juxtaposition is almost absurd, banned from filming but central to the network's marketing strategy. What this reveals is a ruthless strategy by TLC exploit the personality that drives clicks, engagement, and controversy. Without compensating her for it, from recycled confessional clips to remixed arguments presented as new drama, Jasmine's image is being monetized, while her influence on the set has been completely erased. While the network publicizes her storylines to viewers, insiders confirm she is not allowed on any spin-off productions. Shows such as Happily Ever After, Pillow Talk, and the newly announced specials featuring fan favorites are now off-limits. According to insiders, this isn't a simple scheduling conflict or a temporary hiatus. Jasmine has been labeled in the bluntest terms, a liability, and other cast members have reportedly refused to work with her. Some claim she is emotionally volatile, while others cite disagreements that escalated to points where producers feared for the integrity of the shoot. Gino, who has spent his fair share of screen time with Jasmine, has also become collateral in this network chess game. Sources reveal that even his storylines were edited to minimize tension or make him appear less reactive to Jasmine's outbursts, effectively sanitizing the drama that made fans obsessed with their interactions. TLC, in its pursuit of profit, is orchestrating a narrative where Jasmine remains a central character on screen while erasing her agency off-screen. She's gone from active participant to a ghost in her own story. Her previous scenes repurposed to manufacture controversy, yet she sees none of the benefits. For viewers, it seems seamless. For Jasmine, it is potentially infuriating. One insider elaborated that the strategy is simple but cunning. We can't risk her actually being on set, but people love her. She's unpredictable, and unpredictability sells. If she's not paying attention, we get all the drama without the risk. This cold calculus highlights the power imbalance that exists in reality television. Networks have the rights to footage, but the people who created the magic, the stars themselves, can be cut out entirely if deemed inconvenient. In Jasmine's case, her raw personality, which should have been an asset, became a liability. And now TLC is exploiting that same energy for free. Behind the scenes, production has reportedly sanitized interactions with other cast members, creating a version of events that can be repackaged endlessly. Fights, arguments, and confessions that once carried genuine tension are now replayed as they are current, creating a perpetual sense of drama that keeps audiences clicking, commenting, and sharing. Meanwhile, Jasmine has no formal say in how her image is being manipulated. The entire operation is a reminder of the often hidden realities of reality television. The network controls the narrative, the the footage, and ultimately the perception, while the talent can be silenced at a moment's notice. Social media buzz only compounds the issue. Clips of Jasmine are circulated widely, often without disclaimers indicating they are from older seasons. Commenters speculate on new conflicts, unaware that what they are seeing is carefully repackaged content from months or even years prior. TLC, knowing full well the value of these clips, profits without acknowledging the star or paying her additional compensation. Legal insiders note that while contracts may allow networks to reuse footage, the ethical implications are murky at best. Jasmine's talent, energy, and unpredictability, once celebrated, are now being monetized without her presence, her input, or her paycheck. The larger cast is reportedly aware of the arrangement. Many have expressed relief that they will no longer have to navigate her unpredictable temperament on set, but there is also a sense of unease about the way TLC continues to market her. The network is walking a fine line between leveraging her fame and protecting themselves from potential backlash or liability. For fans, the revelation that Jasmine has been banned from all spin-offs is explosive. Rumors circulated for months about tensions on set. But now, evidence suggests that TLC has taken concrete action to cut her off from future productions entirely. The language used internally is telling. Too unpredictable and dangerous for filming is not a vague warning. It is an outright ban. This move also exposes the fragility of fame in reality television. A star can be central to a franchise's marketing, yet entirely expendable in the eyes of production when they no longer fit the mold of controlled, safe, and predictable television. Gino's involvement adds another layer of complexity. While he remains a visible part of the franchise, sources claim his storylines are being carefully curated to avoid the volatility Jasmine brings. He is simultaneously benefiting from her presence and being shielded from it. Edited into a safe, sanitized version of the narrative that ensures drama exists but remains contained, the contrast between what fans see and what happens behind the camera could not be starker. While viewers speculate about new conflicts, Jasmine is essentially in exile, her previous energy weaponized to maintain engagement. Insiders suggest that the network's approach is both shrewd and merciless by controlling footage. Manipulating edits and banning her from filming, TLC has effectively weaponized her absence, turning her into a tool for profit without the cost of liability. This is the ultimate paradox. Jasmine is everywhere and nowhere at once. On the one hand, she is marketed as an ongoing presence in the franchise. On the other, she is prohibited from stepping on set, interacting with other cast members, or participating in the creation of new content. Industry observers note that this strategy may backfire. Fans who follow social media closely may notice recycled footage, timelines that don't make sense, and clips that feel edited or manufactured. The network is taking a gamble, exploiting her reputation while risking the authenticity that drew fans in the SD place. There is also a human element. Jasmine, as a personality, thrives on visibility, engagement, and authenticity. To be simultaneously erased from production and exploited for profit could trigger backlash, public outcry, or even legal scrutiny. The very traits that made her a star, unpredictability, passion, charisma, are now the same traits that have made her too dangerous for filming. TLC's treatment of Jasmine Pineda is a stark illustration of the realities of reality television. The network controls, edits, manipulates, and exploits, while the cast becomes collateral. It is a cold, calculated, and highly profitable strategy, but one that exposes the network to potential reputational risk. For fans of Jasmine, this revelation may be shocking. The network has gone to great lengths to maintain the illusion that she is actively filming, teasing upcoming drama, and maintaining storylines that in reality no longer involve her presence. Clips are cut, repurposed, and edited to look new, creating an ongoing narrative that keeps her at the forefront of the franchise, even as she is systematically erased from the production process. The ethical implications are significant. While legal rights to footage may allow TLC to repurpose content, the deliberate strategy of hiding her firing while continuing to profit from her image raises questions about transparency, fairness, and the treatment of talent in reality television. Jasmine's case is a cautionary tale for reality TV stars everywhere. Being popular, engaging, and viral is not a safeguard against being cut, silenced, or exploited. Networks prioritize control and profit above all else, and once a star is deemed too volatile, their presence can be monetized without their consent, all while excluding them from future opportunities. As the franchise moves forward, the absence of Jasmine on spin-offs will be palpable. Yet her recycled presence will continue to dominate marketing materials, social media buzz, and fan speculation. TLC has found a way to have their cake and eat it too. Ban the star while profiting off the drama she created, the tension, unpredictability, and charisma that once Find Jasmine Pineda as a star are now a commodity, controlled entirely by the network, weaponized to maximize engagement and profit without accountability. And in the middle of it all sits Gino, caught in the crossfire. Edited to be less reactive, shielded from true conflict, and presented in sanitized timelines, he represents the network's desire to maintain drama without the mess of uncontrolled personalities. Fans will notice inconsistencies and some may even speculate about the truth, but the network is betting on the majority of viewers never realizing how carefully orchestrated the narrative really is. TLC's exploitation of Jasmine is as brilliant as is ruthless, and it highlights a troubling reality about reality television. The people who make the content captivating can be silenced, erased, or monetized at the network's convenience. Jasmine may be off contract, banned from filming, and officially deemed too dangerous, but her presence continues to dominate screens, discussions, and social media. TLC has mastered the art of profiting from absence, ensuring that while the star may be gone from the set, she is omnipresent in the public eye. The long-term implications are clear. Jasmine's storylines continue without her consent. Her image is being exploited, and the narrative has been carefully manipulated to extract maximum profit. This is corporate manipulation at its finest, a reminder that reality television is just as much about control, strategy, and profit as it is about drama, relationships, and personalities. In this context, Jasmine's absence is more powerful than her presence. Ever could be a haunting reminder that in the ruthless world of reality TV, visibility is not always freedom, and fame is rarely a shield against exploitation. And while the audience debates, reacts, and speculates online, TLC quietly continues its strategy, banking on the viral, explosive nature of Jasmine's past behavior while avoiding any risk of letting her loose on set again. The ultimate irony? The very traits that made her invaluable. Her unpredictability, charisma, and ability to ignite drama are now the same traits that have made her a liability, yet monetized endlessly for profit. Proof that in reality television you can be too much to work with, but never too much to market. The layers of manipulation by TLC extend far beyond simple recycling of footage. Sources reveal that production has actively re-edited old content to create entirely new storylines, sometimes pairing Jasmine's confessions with scenes she never actually interacted with. Arguments are reshaped, timelines altered, and reactions fabricated, all to maintain the illusion of her ongoing presence. For viewers, it looks seamless. A thrilling, unpredictable Jasmine still stirring conflict and capturing attention. For Jasmine, it is a disturbing erasure of her agency. What's worse is the deliberate censorship of her real-time reactions. On set, insiders confirm that Jasmine often delivers raw, unfiltered responses to cast conflicts. Yet these moments are either trimmed or completely omitted in edits. This not only sanitizes her personality to fit a narrative more palatable for the network, but also subtly rewrites history, shaping audience perception of her behavior without her consent. Gino, the perennial counterpart in her storylines, is trapped in this web as well. While he remains a visible figure, every reaction and engagement is carefully curated to minimize tension or make him appear less reactive. In effect, Gino has become a supporting actor in a narrative that was once a shared reality. He reacts to drama that no longer exists in the present. He interacts with Jasmine in clips that were recorded months, if not years, ago. The illusion of conflict persists. But the authenticity, The very element that drew fans to the franchise has been sacrificed. Fans have noticed the inconsistencies. Sharp-eyed viewers have questioned timelines, spotting Jasmine in new clips that clearly originate from past seasons. This scrutiny, however, is largely lost on casual viewers who consume content passively. TLC relies on this cognitive blind spot, knowing that the majority of the audience will engage with a dramatic montage without questioning its authenticity. Production insiders go so far as to claim that this is not accidental. The decision to keep Jasmine's storyline alive digitally while banning her from filming was a calculated move intended to extract maximum profit while minimizing liability. In the eyes of the network, her unpredictability, volatility, and unwillingness to be controlled on set are unacceptable risks. But her continued presence in edited clips guarantees viral content, social media shares, and trending topics, all revenue without the operational challenges of managing Jasmine in person. The psychological impact of this strategy is immense. Imagine being a star who has been cut off from all production, told you are too dangerous, yet constantly seeing yourself dominate the network's marketing and social media promotions. The feeling of being exploited, erased, and yet still commodified is a potent cocktail for outrage. Jasmine's absence from spin-offs underscores a broader issue of control in reality television. The network's internal communications, leaked to insiders, reportedly referred to her behavior as unmanageable and high-risk. Cast members, too, allegedly requested limits on her involvement, citing emotional unpredictability and a fear of on-set confrontations. In essence, the network has decided to protect itself and the broader cast from Jasmine's unfiltered personality, while simultaneously profiting from her cultivated chaos. It's a strategy as brilliant as it is ruthless. The question of legality looms large. While contracts often grant networks the right to reuse footage, the ethical line is murky. Jasmine's face, voice, and personality are being exploited for new engagements, new views, and new discussions. Yet she receives no corresponding compensation. This raises significant questions about labor rights in reality television and the power imbalance between networks and the talent who make their shows profitable. Fan speculation adds another layer of intrigue. Online communities have erupted with theories about why Jasmine seems everywhere but nowhere, noting the lack of live appearances, new interviews, or behind-the-scenes footage. Some fans suspect that a contract dispute is the cause. Others believe it is a strategic network decision. Few, however, are aware of the full extent of TLC's manipulations, the behind-the-scenes banning, footage recycling, and strategic censorship of her reactions. Insiders confirm that production carefully monitors social media engagement to measure the effectiveness of this approach. Every clip of Jasmine, every recycled argument, every edited confession is analyzed for clicks, comments, and shares. Rumor suggests that tensions have occasionally boiled over on set, adding real-life drama to the series that has long thrived on emotional storytelling. Meanwhile, Chris Combs himself has remained tight-lipped publicly, but close sources indicate that he is carefully weighing his next steps. While some fans hope he might return if TLC resolves the salary dispute, others fear that this could be a permanent departure. Legal counsel reportedly advises him to proceed cautiously, ensuring that any agreements are fully honored and that he is protected against future disputes. This cautious approach has only heightened anticipation, with audiences hanging on every potential update, rumor, or hint about his future involvement in reality television. The legal angle of this situation cannot be understated. Experts in entertainment law note that disputes over compensation can lead to formal lawsuits, which may include claims for breach of contract, emotional distress, and even punitive damages in extreme cases. If Chris Combs were to pursue legal action, it could set a precedent for other reality TV personalities, signaling that networks cannot assume leverage over their talent without consequence. The potential ramifications extend beyond TLC, raising questions about how reality stars are compensated, protected, and respected across the industry. For TLC, the stakes have never been higher. Network executives are faced with a complex dilemma: maintain public confidence in the franchise, ensure the season is produced successfully, and manage potential legal consequences, all while navigating the fallout from an irate fan base. Early attempts at damage control, including vague public statements and assurances that filming would continue, have done little to quell the outrage. Analysts predict that TLC may need to take more concrete steps, such as renegotiating with Chris, offering compensation, or adjusting the production to account for his absence in a way that satisfies audiences. Failure to do so could result in diminished ratings, negative press coverage, and long-term damage to the network's reputation. The future of season is now shrouded in uncertainty. Speculation runs rampant about how producers might fill the void left by Chris Combs, whether storylines will shift focus, and if new cast members might be introduced to maintain viewer engagement. Rumors also suggest that certain pre-filmed scenes might be edited or repurposed, highlighting the adaptability and desperation of the production team. Fans have expressed mixed emotions. Some are hopeful that the remaining cast can rise to the occasion, while others fear that the show's core emotional depth will be lost without Chris's presence. The tension surrounding this uncertainty has arguably added more drama than any single episode in past seasons. What makes this scandal particularly shocking is the combination of financial betrayal, emotional weight, and high public visibility. Chris Combs' decision to step away is more than just a contractual dispute. It is a statement about respect, integrity,